Of the more than 900,000 islands in the world, only about 16,000 are actually inhabited. These islands vary immensely in their geographical characteristics. It is truly remarkable how some people have carved out a place to call home on the tiniest, most remote slices of land you could imagine. So for today's video, we're going to count down the top 5 smallest islands in the world that people actually live on, starting with number 5, Pella, Montenegro. All right, Ghostbuster. Pella, which translates to mean Our Lady of the Rocks, is a tiny man-made island that's in the Bay of Kotor in Montenegro. This unique place holds a culturally significant role in Montenegro, something that can be traced back centuries. It's dedicated to the Virgin Mary. Legend says that the island was created by seamen who over hundreds of years placed stones and rocks at this spot, with the first island starting to form in the 1400s. The tradition continues to this day, and local fishermen, along with visitors, gather to drop stones into the bay during an annual event known as fascinate. Now on the island is the Church of Our Lady of the Rocks, which is a beautiful Baroque-style structure adorned with intricate frescoes, a stunning altar, and a treasury. Filled with valuable artifacts, visitors can explore the church and its museum to learn about the island's history and the legends surrounding it. Just one caretaker lives permanently on the island to oversee the structures and take care of any problems. But through history, it's been home to groups of fishermen and members of the clergy, all of whom wanted to be close to a place that is now such an integral part of the way of life in the region. Number 4, Loreto, Italy. Lincoln, a stunning part of the Lombardy region of Italy where the water is crystal clear and the medieval towns along its shores are surrounded by mountains. But the most magical thing about this place is a tiny island known as Loreto, almost looking like a page out of a fairy tale book that's come to life. Evidence has been found of people living there as long ago as 1238, but it took on its current charm and character when in the 15th century a group of Clarice nuns bought it and built a convent over the following centuries. Various different owners took over and added their own touches to Loreto, including its main castle, a series of turrets, 2 lighthouses, a marina, and a collection of exotic trees and plants. Rumor has it that George Clooney once tried to buy the island, but the current owners, who are from nearby, refused his offer and have instead pledged to live there for the rest of their lives, with the exception of rare events that are hosted on the island. It's off limits, unless you're expressly invited by the owners, so this is one place that you'll have to admire from afar. Number 3, Saba Island, the Netherlands. Antilles. Saba Island, which is part of the Netherlands. Antilles is the smallest territory in the Caribbean. It's known for its unspoiled beauty, its lush landscapes, and unique charm. This small volcanic island, which is the nickname of Unspoiled Queen of the Caribbean, is very different from the other islands, despite covering an area of just 5 square miles, or about 13 square kilometers. Its landscape is varied, and the thing that stands out the most as you approach it is Mount Scenery, which is actually the highest point in the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Hiking to its summit through dense rainforests is one of the main attractions for visitors on the island, who are then rewarded with spectacular panoramic views of the Caribbean Sea. There's a permanent population of fewer than 2,000 people, making it the smallest territory by population in the Americas. And there are just 2 towns, the bottom, which is the capital, and windward side. These and several smaller settlements are precariously positioned around Mount Scenery, which is an active volcano that last erupted in the 17th century. This does create a number of hot springs in the area, which are popular with locals and tourists, and has made the land so fertile that there's a cloud forest, of which supports a large number of plant and animal species, many of which aren't found anywhere else in the world. Number 2, Punta Canisi, Greece. Punta Canisi, which means Mouse Island, is a tiny islet that's in the Ionian Sea, just off the coast of Corfu in Greece. The name originates from its distinctive shape, which resembles a mouse's head and body when viewed from a distance, and it covers an area of just 2.5 acres. It's a small, lush island with dense vegetation, and the only building there is a solitary, charming church known as the Lacerna Monastery. The original structure on the site was first built in the 11th or 12th centuries, but the one that stands there now is a 17th century monastery that's pristinely white, with a red tiled roof, and perched at the edge of the islet, where it's connected to the mainland by a narrow causeway. At any time, there are a couple of monks living in the monastery, and it's open to visitors to explore the structure and to take in the incredible views of the surrounding region. What's possibly the most surprising thing about such a small islet, though, is its influence in ancient culture. Particularly to the ancient Greeks, it was mentioned in a number of stories from the time, but most famously, according to mythology, it's actually the petrified ship of Odysseus, which means it was turned to stone by the sea god Poseidon, an act that brought an end to his journey in the Odyssey. Today, the islet's natural beauty and historical significance make it a popular destination for tourists and locals. It's the perfect place for those looking for a peaceful retreat among the backdrop of the Ionian Sea. Please like and subscribe. Number 1. Dengar Island, Australia. Located in the Hawkesbury River, just a short distance from Sydney is Dengar Island, which is one of the area's best-kept secrets, something the locals would prefer. That remains that way, accessible only by boat. Dengar Island has no cars, making it a calm, peaceful, and eco-friendly place where visitors and residents instead rely on bicycles and footpaths to get around. All supplies come in by the ferry, and when deliveries are made, you'll often see residents loading everything into wheelbarrows to take them back to their homes, with vegetation including native bushland and vibrant gardens. It's a haven for birdwatchers and nature enthusiasts. In all, it covers an area of just 1/10 of a square mile, or about 2.9 square kilometers. So you can walk across it in just 5 minutes, and there's a permanent population of 303 people. According to the most recent census, it is an incredibly tight-knit community, and one that has all the modern conveniences you'd expect of a home on the mainland. One of the most popular places for locals and visitors is the Dengar Island Cafe, and there's also a bowling club that welcome everyone. But the real attraction of the place are the stunning waterfront views and a coastline that has a number of secluded beaches and picturesque spots that are ideal for swimming, picnicking, and kayaking. Thanks for watching. See you next time.